Hello everyone and welcome back to Top Master Magic. I've got another random buy for you today. This is probably going to be part one of two parts because there's quite a lot of cards to go through, but basically someone was selling their collection split up into different colours and artifacts and lands, and they had sort of pictures of the cards in folders. They were like kind of small, but I sort of went through them all and decided to pick up the lands and the artifacts sections, which cost me, I think the lands one was about $120, $130, something like that. It was £100, and the artifact one was double that, so $250-ish and £200. So I'm probably going to go through the lands in this video and the artifacts in the other video. Based on the images that I could see, it looked like there was enough stuff in both to cover costs, but hopefully we'll find some hidden gems in here too. The seller did say that there was multiple copies of some cards. They were sort of photoed in the binder pages, so it was hard to see exactly, what cards it was duplicates of, but hopefully there'll be some cool duplicates in there too. So yeah, I guess we'll start with the lands, see how long this ends up being. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of basic lands too. Like Snowlands and Theros. Yeah, it looks like we've got some Snowlands here. Snowlands and Theros Nyx basics, which, they're not like expensive, but they do have some deck building use. A bunch of islands, not islands, plains and swamps there. Then we've got, so like this is 5 exotic orchards, I guess. I'll split up the rares with the commons and uncommons for now. 8 command towers, bunch of Croson Verges, 4 of those, a couple of Trilands here, Crypt of Agadim. Like the condition, that's just as I say that there's a card of the Nick in the corner there, but the conditions honestly look pretty good too. They were just shipped in a big, I'm sure the thumbnail will have a picture of the box they were shipped in. They were shipped in a big cover box, or just loose, although some of these look like they're in sleeves. Bunch of Guildgates, bounce lands. Nothing particularly exciting so far, but like I said, there was some pretty nice cards in some of the pictures, so. And it looks like quite a lot of duplicates too, which is always nice to see. We've got the original Snow Jewels, and then some Snow Jewels from Karltheim, which again, not expensive but nice to have. Thriving Lands, Miracle. Here's a couple of the cards that I saw in one of the photos, a couple Triomes, which are decent value. Some foil basics too there. A bunch of Aqueducts. What's this? Spanish temple? I guess that's kind of cool. Bunch of temples there. Bunch more temples. Again, temples not particularly valuable, but they're nice to have for budget options. 3DH decks, it's a full art red-green one there. These F&M promos? Yeah, F&M promo Crumbling Vestiges. Bunch of Paths of Ancestry. It came down a lot in price after they were reprinted in Commander Legends, but they're still pretty good for Commander. It's weird because it's secretly just a 5-colour land or a 3-colour land or like a strictly better tri-land, because it's just a land that enters the battlefield tapped, and then even if you're not a tribal deck or have any synergies with the scry, you just get to make all your colours. So I started, once I realised that, I started just swapping out, like, if you have even one creature of the creature type of your commander in your deck, which likely you will, you might randomly get a scry in a game, so it's essentially strictly better than just playing as a Field of the Dead. That's nice. Than just playing a random Tri-land. Some Bajuka Bogs, also pretty good. 5 Bajuka Bogs, that's quite a lot. Around Colosseum. A couple Oran Reefs, some creature lands. Don't think any of those are like particularly expensive, but again, nice to have. Got some more basics. What I probably should have done was split out the basics into their own pile. I guess I can go through and do that quickly now. A bunch of basics here, some AFR ones that don't look like they have anything special, not foil or anything, but let me just quickly go through and pull out the basics from this pile. But yeah, I figured that, you know, not only did the lands section of this look like it had enough value to make back the payment, but also you just need lands for commander decks in general. Like, it's very hard to run out of places to put them. I think I'm on my 17th or 18th commander deck now, which is obviously a little excessive. I'm trying to aim towards building a deck for each colour combination eventually, so each monocolour, each tricolour, dual colour, colourless. Four colour I'm not 100% sure about because the decks are a bit weird and there's not very many options for four colour commanders currently, but hopefully they'll make some more and I'll be able to pick up some decks with those. A lot of them haven't really inspired me. That's nice as an unstable mountain. Here's some of the Nyx lands, quite a lot of them actually. Some foil ones in there too. We've got a lot more AFR lands here. So yeah, also a couple of snow lands from Horizons, that's pretty nice. So yeah, I'm they're unstable. I'm thinking about putting a samurai deck together when the new set comes out. Hopefully they'll make a commander that's not, well, both has more than one colour and is not dreadful, because you can play the mono white guy that gives you a samurai +1/+1 for each of their Bushido, but he's not very good, and you can only play white if you play him. So bunch of Nyx lands again here. Okay, now we've got Dungeon Descent. That's one lance from the commander deck. Another Croson Verge, foil Treasure Vault's nice, and a Phyrexian Town, so quite nice. Then another Bugbear. That recently went up in price a bit. A couple Flagstones. Again, dropped a lot after they were reprinted, but not a bad thing to pick up. Just some random colourless lands. Ash Barrens there. A couple Survivor Encampments. A few random Pathways. We've got Gaia Reach Sanitariums, more of those. A bunch of Evolving Wilds. Some Thrones there. Dryad Arbor. Quite nice. Academy Ruins. Is this a pre-release or something? Bastion. Pretty cool. Swarmyard. 3 Inventors Fairs. Inventors Fair's a nice one. Foil Full Art Animal Sanctuary. Alchemist Refuge, also not bad. A couple Mystic Sanctuaries there. I don't think Mystic Sanctuary is super valuable. Again, it got reprinted in the old border, but it's a nice card to have. Good for heavily blue Elite decks. Oh, there we go. That's one of the very value cards that I noticed in the thing, the Prismatic Vista. So that's nice. Homeward Path. There's a whole bunch of bridges, I think, as well. At least I think I saw those in the photo. Some Snarls, not particularly useful. Forbidden Orchard, nice. Bunch of Reliquary Towers. That's another card that, like, I just chuck into almost every EDH deck. So, a couple Mana Confluences, nice. Cascading Cataracts, some Command Beacons, Foil Scavenger Grounds. That's pretty cool. More Exotic Orchards. I think there was one of those earlier. Oh, there's like 10 of them. I guess they're coming all the precons, right? So this is a French Nykthos. Still pretty cool. Ancient Ziggurat, not bad either. Another Moorland Haunt there, some castles. The Black Castle's good. I put that in most of my black EDH decks as well. Some Cabal Strongholds, Groves, and a token for the Groves. I guess I'll leave that there with them. Unclaimed Territories. I'm gonna, as usual, I'll go through and scan all this up afterwards, but I'm pretty sure we did pretty well with this one. Even just like the size of the rare stack, obviously not all of them are particularly good, but there was quite a lot of duplicates in there. Nice, a Full Art Voldaren Estate, a couple High Markets, a Westvale Abbey, War Rune, that's a nice one, 2 Dark Depths, it's pretty good too. I guess this person had been playing up until, oh, there's the token for the Dark Depths as well, nice. They'd been playing up to the recent set then if they had Crimson Vow stuff in there and just decided to sell off everything. 3 Spire of Industries. A couple Thespian Stages to go with the Dark Depths, I guess. But yeah, Yeah, my hope is that they'll make a Samurai General that is Naya colours, I think, because that way you can play the green one that regenerates other samurai, which is like one of the few good samurai to come out of the original block. There's like a couple others, more command towers, must have about 10 in there. There's the red one that makes all enemy creatures attack. It's like Fumiko the Low Blood, I think. And it's sort of like makes everything attack and then some tainted lands too. It's quite nice. Makes everything attack and then has Bushido equal to the number of attacking creatures. So it's just kind of makes the game, or the opponent's utility creatures have to attack every turn. And if they attack you, you have like a giant, 10/10 or something, because they probably aren't going to want to attack into that. So it kind of goads, or like pseudo goads, all enemy creatures, some bunch of pain lands. That's pretty nice. And there's a few there's some fast lands too. It's pretty good. Some of these, what they call check lands, a foil, Drowned Catacomb there. Looks a little scratched maybe, but pretty good. Foil Sulphur Falls as well. Oh, here we go. And this was some of the other ones that I saw in the picture Amorphic Pool and a couple of the other Battle Bond ones. That's pretty good. There's even a couple of these full art and some shocks, which I also noticed in the thing. So, yeah, I will scan all this up now. I know that some of these will have, some of the uncommon ones will have value and a lot of the rare ones too, so it might be quite a long list of cards, we'll see. But hopefully I'll cut back in with everything that's $1 over and add up the totals for you in a second. Okay, so here I am cutting back in with the stuff that's scanned up over $1. There was actually way more than I expected of value. It came up to something like $950 total. I'll have it up on the screen at some point during this. We've got a bunch of Bajuka Bogs. These are the uncommons to start with. A bunch of Bajuka Bogs. We have some random Snowland there that was $3 or something. Unclaimed Territories. Some Ghost Quarters and Tech Edges. The Forge of Heroes, which is good if you have the Planeswalker Commanders. And I mean, it can be good in other decks, but specifically good with those. We've got Ancient Ziggurat. We've got a bunch of Lighthouses, which were like $4 or something. We have 3 promo Reliquary Towers and 2 regulars, which were like, I think these were $5 or $6 each, and these were like 3 or something. This was $7 or something from Elves. Toria West from the Vaults, some Artifact lands, and then some, I mean, this one's in Spanish, so it will actually be what it said. It was like $5 or something. But a couple tainted lands, so that's all the uncommons. And then for rares we have a huge great stack of rares. Let me just put the you can see all these rares were $1 over here. Probably won't even fit on the screen, to be honest. I'll just point out the stuff that was, obviously this is also in French, so it'll be less than the like 25, whatever it was it scanned up as. Prismatic Vista's like 20 something, Inventor's Fair's a bunch of those. Yeah, just I can already tell there's probably going to be too many to fit on the screen. Whoops. What else have we got here? We've got some of these BFC lands, not super expensive. Some of these pain lands, mostly the older ones from Allied Colour that haven't been reprinted. Because obviously these were printed in Origins or something. These were like $10 each. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Rexian Tower was like 20, Field of the Dead is 20, Triumph's like 10 or 15 each. We've got just random, well, a lot of the ones I didn't sleeve were like $1 or $2, maybe $3. And everything in the sleeve is like 5 or over mostly. We've got creature lands, we've got flagstones, some pathways as well. $2 for that. Some snarls around me, like $3. Like maybe that's from standard. These Mana Conflict is like $20 each or something. Castle Vantress. Got a Cascading Cataracts. Sorry, this pile's getting a little. Command Beacons. Scavenger Grounds. The foil one was like $10 as well, which is nice. Castles. Random Utility Lands. Cabal Strongholds, couple bucks each. The Merit Large token. Now, this Cold Snap one was like 30. I don't think that's realistic given that the From the Vaults one is only 15, but the token was like $5 as well, so that's cool. Bunch of Spires. The stages to go with your Dark Depths there. This Glimmer Void is not in great shape either. Probably the worst condition card in the lot. The rest actually generally were in pretty good shape, but this one not so much. Some shocks there as well. These were like these full arts from Crimson Vow were like $8 or something, so not bad. The Barbon Lands Morphic Pool is very expensive, but even Sea of Clouds and Promenade were like 10, 15. Bunch of checks. I'm surprised how much the check lands were, even, to be honest. Most of these were $5 or more. And there's a lot of them included in this. Got Hinterland Harbours and stuff. And then the fast lands were all like $5 or something each. So yeah, the total was, like I said, 950-ish. I'll put the total price up on the thing, but considering I only paid like $130, I think that was a particularly good one there. We'll see if the artifacts can do the same. I mean, obviously I paid more for those, so I'm not sure if they'll reach the same return, given that this one was almost at 10 times, 10 times, or I guess more like 7 times or something what it was paid for, but yeah. So I'll probably be uploading this in 2 parts, because this video will already be kind of long, and there's potentially more artifacts. The pile looked a little bigger, especially given that a lot of the stuff in this one was basics, which don't take very long to go through. I didn't actually include the basic lands as part of this total, but some of them were a little value. There was a couple unstable lands, a foil Nyx land, a bunch of non-foil Nyx lands, a bunch of non-foil snow lands. Like, I'm sure a lot of those are, you know, like 50 cents to $1 or similar, but I just decided it was easier not to have to go through and scan a bunch of basic lands, and I'll sort those out at a later date, I would imagine. Just put them in some of my own decks or something, perhaps. Some more snow lands is always nice to have for just chucking in. Like, there's a lot of decks where I'm like, well, I want to chuck in one random card that uses snow mana. Like, I added a I can't remember the name of the card, but he's like a zombie priest from Kaldheim that you have to pay snow mana to cast enemy creatures when they die. So because it's a cleric, I wanted to play that in my cleric deck, and I was like, well, I guess we have to chuck in, you know, 15 snowlands into this cleric deck now for this one card. So it's nice to have them around for that kind of thing. So yeah, the second part should be going up pretty soon after this one, I would imagine. So check back in for that one. I hope everyone enjoyed, and have a good day. Bye.